Hello, how are you? Welcome in. Hey, Allison, how are you? Happy Thursday. Calvin, where you going, bud? Where you going? It's like clockwork. I open my mouth. He knows I'm on camera, and he runs over to his spot. Nope, nope. Absolutely, Allison. Hey, Riku, how are you? Happy Thursday to you. Just figured we'd go live impromptu. This one will be a short one. We'll probably be on for about 20 to 25 minutes. Unfortunately, I have some packing to do. I'm leaving for a trip tomorrow, and I haven't packed one thing yet. So that will be my next order of business after this live. So what's today about? So we don't have a specific topic. So what would you guys like to talk about? Anything's on the table except for politics. No politics on this channel. Hey, Dash and Maverick, how are you? Welcome in. Thank you guys for being here. How's everybody's week going? This week's flying by. That's what happens when you're busy, though. Hi, Cal. Calvin wants some more treats. Calvin, come on. Thanksgiving? Yeah, let's talk about Thanksgiving. So, Thanksgiving is in a couple of weeks, and I'm not sure what I'm doing for Thanksgiving yet. Still TBD. What are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? What are your do you guys have any traditions? Do you guys go to family? Do you guys have special foods that are not typical during the Thanksgiving meal? Be curious to know that. No way. No, I'm not. And if I were, I don't think it would matter. Not really an appropriate comment. Thanks, Marco. I appreciate it. Hey, Travelic Spider-Man. Marco, welcome in. Thanks, Sticks Edits. I appreciate it. So Allison is hosting Thanksgiving. That's cool. Do you have a lot of folks come over, Allison? Is it a small gathering, or is it a pretty large? Thanks, Sticks Edit. I appreciate your support. I'm doing well, thanks. How are you doing today, TravelX? Wow, that's a great turnout, actually. When my mom and dad hosted Thanksgiving, we had about 25 people. My mom's not doing it this year. Just she's not up for it. My dad passed earlier this year, so she's gonna take a year off, and I think that's okay. Or if she does anything, it would be just for like us, our immediate family. Jack's guitar wants a shout out. All right, I just gave you a shout out. Oh, thanks, Marco. I appreciate it. Dash and Maverick, we will be hosting at our house. Going to air fry a turkey. Wow, that's awesome. You must have a pretty big air fryer. What size turkey will you air fry? Hi, Icon. How are you? Welcome in. Calvin's in his treat spot as usual. Cryo unlogical. All I'm thinking about for Thanksgiving is just stuff in turkey with stuffing and butter. Eat some ham, mashed potatoes, and gravy. Talk to my friends. Definitely not my teacher. No, though. Okay, that's funny. Hey, Michelle, how are you? Welcome in. Oh, so Travel X. So this is Calvin. Calvin the Boston Terrierist. He's 5 years old. And again, he's a Boston Terrier. Wow, Matt, that's a great deal, Dash and Maverick. 20-pound turkey, that's a good size. I want to say when my mom, we would get two turkeys just given the number of folks that we would have over. And I think she would normally get about a 22-pounder, I think was kind of the size that she was targeting. Hey, Kissy Cat, welcome in. How are you? Thanks, Marco. I appreciate it. I agree, Allison. I think they're the best. They're the best breed. I have no disagreement with that. So, what is your favorite Thanksgiving food? Mine, it was my mom's stuffing. Her stuffing is just so good. She'll stuff the bird with her stuffing, and then once it's all cooked, she'll like take it out and then serve it that way. But my mom's trick is that she would take Vienna loaves of Vienna bread. She would take all of the crust off of them and then leave them out for like 2 or 3 days until they got stale, like hard and stale. Then she would, you know, I guess break it apart. I've actually never seen her make it full, but she would put some other things in it, seasonings and all that. But it's just so good. Cornbread dressing. It's a Texas thing. Oh, that sounds cool. Michelle likes mashed potatoes. Allison likes sweet potatoes. It doesn't matter how they are made. Marco's mom makes famous squash soup for Thanksgiving. That's great. Your Boston in-laws eat bread stuffing, a Yankee thing. Okay, interesting. I didn't realize that was like a Northeast thing, um, but yeah, I mean, my mom's stuffing is so good though. Like, I mean, honestly, it's just like drooling thinking about it. But because it's homemade and it's from scratch. It's not out of a box or anything like that. It's just so good. Dash and Maverick likes deviled eggs. Awesome stuff. So here's a good question for you guys. Do you guys prefer the dark meat or the light meat on turkey? I usually prefer the white meat. Oh, green bean casserole. We have that at Thanksgiving. We have so much food. There's like so much to choose from. And so, you always want to put a little bit of everything on your plate, and it's so hard to fit everything on the plate just because there's not enough room with all that food, but you got to try everything. Yeah, I'm a white meat for sure. Um, but everybody's different. Like I think dark meat tends to be a little bit less dry from what I understand. But I just prefer white meat. I just think it tastes better. Michelle, that's nice. Yeah, my mom isn't like up for Thanksgiving this year. I don't know if you caught it earlier, but she's just not into the holidays. Just given the fact that my dad passed earlier, she's having a hard time with it. So I'm not even sure what we're doing for Thanksgiving this year. Oh, Calvin gets spoiled with treats too. That's why he's in here. But I'm gonna wait a little bit. Hey, Barry, welcome in. We're just talking Thanksgiving and sort of what our favorite foods are and what your preference is for like white meat or dark meat on the turkey. So we have a little mix of everything going on here. Hi, Meredith Malloy. Welcome in. Thanks, Barry. Yeah, my Thursday's going pretty well. I was really busy with work today. I did work from home. I'm leaving for a business trip tomorrow, and I haven't even packed yet. So this live stream will be a little shorter than usual, but wanted to come on and say hello to everybody, and Calvin obviously wanted to say hello to everybody too, and he's patiently waiting for a treat, right, bud? Yeah, we got to have rolls too. Yeah, so I'm Portuguese, and so we do get bread. Like we usually get like the Portuguese rolls, and they're just so good. when they're freshly baked with like butter on them. And man, I'm getting hungry just thinking about all this, even though I already ate dinner. Oh, good, Michelle. Marco asked, "What's Calvin's favorite food?" Calvin is not picky at all. I would say his favorite food are these treats right here. These are like old Mother Hubbard, like dog biscuits, and he likes them a lot. Okay, bud. I can't keep giving you those though. Steve Perry from Journey is Portuguese. Yeah, I think I knew that. Oh, did you, Barry Barry? That's cool. Such a good dog breed. Calvin's a good dog. I'm lucky for the most part. Every once in a while he can act up, but no different than a kid. So Marco is American and Italian. Nice. I'm American and Portuguese. They are so cute. Look at that face, right? Look at that face. Yes, she will be watching him. Yep. My flight's really early tomorrow too. I'm leaving at like 7. So that means I got to get out of here by like 5:15, maybe 5:30 at the absolute latest. But I'm going to San Diego, which is nice. It should be decent weather out there. It was actually the last 3 days in Rhode Island have been really warmer than usual. I want to say today it reached about 70, 71, which is nice for up here. Yesterday was almost 80 degrees. And then Tuesday, I want to say it was like close to 75. But I think we are going back to like normal temps starting tomorrow, which will be like in the mid to high 50s and like low 60s. Wow. And it's so funny. I just got a text from my friend who I think is watching the live, but didn't comment in the comments. So he sent me a text and he said, "No turkey for him, just the sides." Shout out to Newman, who you guys know from some of the other videos on our channel. It's been snowing for 3 days, Casino Lady Slots. Wow. Yeah, I'm not ready for that yet. Nope, not having that. Kissy cats like snow. I'm in shorts in Houston. Yeah, I'm actually wearing shorts too, as you can see. I mean, I am inside, but I did go outside in shorts and a short sleeve shirt today. Obviously, in the 70s, I can manage that early, 70, 71 or whatever it was. I don't know, Michelle. Maybe if he's around, I can see what he's doing, but um, we'll have to see. We'll have to play it by ear, as they say. Cranberry sauce. So I am not a fan of cranberry sauce, and I think it's just because the one that we use is from the can, and maybe perhaps it's way better if it's homemade. But I'm just not a fan of it. I love cranberry. Don't get me wrong. Like it's just I don't know if it's like a texture thing. I just don't care for it. Yeah, he'll be sad, but you know what? He loves my mom, so I'm lucky. Like he gets excited when he goes there all the time. So no, he's in good hands while I'm gone. What are you doing, bud? Yeah, no, we can't go out right now. We're gonna have to wait a little bit, okay? Um, so cryo, what do I do for Thanksgiving? Again, normally my mom would host Thanksgiving, but she's not doing it this year for like the full group. Not 100% sure if we'll just do like a dinner for just immediate family. Um, We really haven't discussed it yet. I'm sure we'll do something, but it's going to be a lot more low key than normal. Hey, John, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Um, Kissy Cat said, "Is there Cranberry, Massachusetts?" I don't know if, well, cranberries grow in Massachusetts. Like, I don't know if you've heard of Ocean Spray, the company. They're based out of Massachusetts, and so near the Cape, like near Cape Cod, there are a lot of cranberry bogs over there, including the Ocean Spray headquarters. So I don't think the town itself is called that, but Massachusetts is very popular for cranberries. I like cranberry juice too, Michelle. And I like cranberries, like particularly like the dried cranberries, like that's fine. But for whatever reason, I'm not digging the sauce. Oh, thanks, Cryo. That I appreciate that. Yeah, speaking of subscribers, I we are about 75 subscribers away from 4,000, which is kind of a cool milestone. I never thought we would ever be at that. So pretty proud of that. I mean, obviously, we've been doing this now for a little over 3 years. The last few months, I would say more so like late spring, early summer, I kind of, wasn't doing much on the channel. It was just a crazy time for me, but really trying to get back at it over these last couple of months. So hopefully next year we'll see. Our goal is to try to get monetized on the channel. We got a long way to go on watch hours. And again, it didn't help that I took that time off. I wasn't posting any content really. And so a lot of my watch hours dropped because of that. Thank you, Marco. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate it. Anybody too, if you haven't hit the like button on this video, that would be really, really much appreciated. So Allison says, "I'm not a fan of cranberry sauce, but it's really good when you make turkey dinner sandwiches, which is every traditional Thanksgiving on a, which is every traditional Thanksgiving food on a sandwich." Yeah, I like Thanksgiving sandwiches too, except I don't put cranberry sauce on it, but I will put like brown gravy on my sandwich. So I'll put the turkey, usually if there's any of my mom's stuffing left, which sometimes it's not a guarantee, that pretty much goes. I may put like a little bit of mashed potato on it, a little bit of brown gravy, and that's usually kind of all I put on it. Hey, Weldon Carey, welcome in. Yeah, Dash and Maverick. I know they will. Yeah, and I'm going to do a lot more of them. My goal this month, I think this is our fourth live, maybe third live this month. My goal is to try to get 10 in. I won't be able to go live for a few days. Like I said, I'm leaving tomorrow. I don't get back until like Thursday morning. So, I may just put up a few community posts while I'm gone, but the live will have to wait until we come back. So yeah. So anyways, that's sort of what our goal is. Barry with the research. Nice. John says the homemade cranberry sauce can taste a lot better than the canned stuff. I'm sure it does. And perhaps I would maybe like it in that case, but that's one thing that we don't make from scratch for Thanksgiving. We just kind of go with the canned stuff. But I can imagine that it would be better. Kissy's cat says, "I buy the honey baked cinnamon bread for dessert." Awesome. Yeah, that sounds really good. I love cinnamon. I love bread. All that stuff sounds amazing to me. Marco says, "I need to go now." Bye. Okay, Marco, thank you for stopping in. Sorry I missed you leaving. I really do appreciate you stopping in and subscribing to the channel. Calvin, why do you have your butt turned to us? Can you turn this way? Cranberry, West Virginia, Cranberry, Pennsylvania, Cranberry, North Carolina, Cranberry, Maryland. Awesome. Hey, Jana, how are you? Thanks for coming in and thanks for the belated birthday wishes. Yeah, Calvin turned 5 on October 26th, a couple of weeks ago. My little pup's getting older. Hate to see that, but I guess it's part of life, right? You getting older, hun? Are you getting older? Barry, Calvin is 5. He just turned 5 in October. He looks good for 5. He still has some puppy qualities, I think, when I look at him. I'm getting older too, Kissy Cat. It stinks. I wish I was in my 20s again, and 30s. Be 50 in a couple of years. I can't believe it. Oh, hey, Cryo. You're on Wyatt Weagle. All right. Hey, we got 18 people in the chat, 16 likes. That's great. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. So, who's ready for the weekend? I know I am. Like I said, this week it went by fast, but I've been so busy with work, just a lot going on. So, just glad to see the weekend here. Thank you, Icon. I appreciate it. Calvin, they're saying you're so cute. They're saying you're so cute. Let me tell you, I love going live. It's just a lot of fun connecting with everybody and chatting with the community because honestly, that's what makes this so worth it to me. And the fact that I've been on for 22 minutes, it literally feels like I've been on for 5 minutes. So, it's just awesome. Again, we thank you so much for your support because we know you can be doing something completely different than spending your time with us. So we appreciate it. Yeah, Jen, he's waiting on his treat. He already got 1.5. All right, Cal. Honestly, what do you think this is? A treat factory? Thanks, Barry. Appreciate that. Yeah, right, Michelle. Party time. John says I'm still a kid. You know what? Mentally and um, you know, physically, I would say sometimes I feel that way. Sometimes I feel all of 50, almost 50. I'm 48. Um, and, I try to keep my mind sharp and young. And sometimes I feel that's the case. John says this is like a family reunion. Yeah, no, it's awesome. It's so cool. Obviously, the only thing is that, we don't see each other and we're not in person, but honestly, I feel like you're all just, in my living room or my kitchen and we're just shooting the breeze. You can't beat that. I get you, Cryo. Yeah, so you post videos on one phone and not the other. That's okay. That's cool. Mega Red every morning for joints. Interesting, Kissy Cat. I've never heard of that. Is that sort of like is that like a what's the term I'm looking for? Like some sort of glucose up in it? It's got krill. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with that product. But I'll look into it. Honestly, like again, as you get older, your joints stiffen up. Like I have arthritis in one of my knees because I tore my right ACL back in 2008, and I just don't have it. I mean, it feels fine unless I try to sit in awkward positions. I can feel it really tight in there, and so it's just a sign of getting older, really. All right, Cal. We'll be on for about another 5 minutes, and then we have to take off because your dad's got a pack. 5 o'clock will come real early, real quick. John says, "Do I still play ice hockey?" Yes, I do, John. Actually, I just played this past Monday, but I was out for about 3 weeks. I ended up having trigger thumb. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that. It is absolutely painful if you get that. Essentially, what happens is your one of your tendons in your thumb gets so inflamed that it can't pass through this canal that's like on the base of your thumb. And so when it tries to pass and it can't, it gets stuck in place. And my finger would get stuck in extension. And the only way to like get it to move would be to like force that tendon through, almost like a sheath or a canal. And whenever I would do that, it would just be like intense pain for like 2 to 5 minutes, just depending on that specific instance. And so I finally had it looked at by an orthopedic, and they gave me a cortisone shot. And so far, that's really helped. They say that that works for 80% of the cases. And so I'm hoping I'm part of that 80%. If it doesn't work, which I would know, like, it could come back, I guess is what they're saying. They would do another cortisone shot. And then if that didn't work, they would go the surgery route. So like I said, I'm hoping the first cortisone shot will do the trick. Kissy Cat asks, how close am I to Foxwoods? I'm like an hour away, Kissy Cat. So that's in Ledyard, Connecticut, or right near Ledyard, Connecticut. So yeah, it's very close, but that's actually not the closest casino to me. The closest casino to me is called Bally's Twin River, which is literally 7 miles from my house, like a 15-minute drive. Yeah, Jana, so you know what I'm talking about. Barry had Nintendo Thumb back in the day. Yeah, you know what? Me too, Barry. I had that. I had PlayStation Thumb, Sega Thumb. Um, Amazing how it didn't hurt back then. I do have a PlayStation 3, and honestly, I can't even tell you the last time I played. Um, I used to be big time into video games, and then eventually I just decided I didn't want to play anymore, really. I still have my Nintendo too, the original NES system. I'm wondering if I could get any money for that if I sold it. And if you guys are wondering what this plant is doing in here, um, I'm doing a test. The other day we were supposed to get temperatures below freezing, and so I didn't want this plant to get frost on it and die, so I brought it in and then thought, well, maybe if I keep it in here throughout the winter, will it last until next year, and then I can put it right back outside. So I don't know if that's the case. It's an annual, it's not a perennial, but I don't know. I mean, I have other plants that I keep in the house that last forever, so I'm thinking maybe this one could. And it's still budding too. Like you can see that there's more buds like that haven't bloomed yet. So I feel like this thing's not dead yet. How much does Calvin weigh? He's a stud of a meatball. One-eyed Otis. Yeah, he weighs 24 pounds. So standard size. I would say the typical Boston size per breed standards is from 10 to 25 pounds. 10 is really small though. I don't really know many Bostons that are that small. I think most Bostons that I know or see, they're usually around like that 18 to like 22-pound range. So he's a little bit on the higher end of that scale, but I also think maybe the camera makes him look a little bit heavier than he really is. But yeah, he weighs about 24 pounds. Janet Dubner says the plant is beautiful. I don't have a green thumb. All I know is when I saw it at the Home Depot, I'm like, oh wow, that looks really nice. That will look good on the deck. And so I bought two of them. I have the other one in another room, and I was just amazed at how well it did. Doesn't require a ton of maintenance. It just kept blooming nonstop. So I was like, oh, this was totally worth like the $34 I spent on it. So, but I can't remember the name of it, Jan. I'm sorry. Thanks, One Eyed Otis. 32 pounds. Yeah, that's a bigger Boston, but again, not uncommon. I know I've seen Bostons that big. I've seen Bostons or I've heard of Bostons even being 40 pounds. Um, and it's not big. I mean, they might be a little overweight, but like it's just that they have bigger stature. Some of them are taller than Calvin. Like Calvin's not that big. It's kind of hard to tell. But yeah, he weighs 24 pounds, and a lot of people, well, not a lot. There's a few people who call him Potato as a nickname, and it's kind of fitting. Thanks, Michelle. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, I have Kissy Cat. I've seen brown Boston. Calvin's brindle, so he has a little bit of brown in him, but he's got brown, black, and white. I've seen seal color Bostons, obviously the traditional black and white. I've seen like gray colored Bostons, which are not standard, breed standard, red ones, and then the brown ones that you mentioned. Yeah, they are amazing dogs. No complaints. Great personalities, great disposition, good around kids, love bug. He's a cuddle bug. Um, he tries to please people pretty much. Well, anyways, guys, like I said, I'm going to keep this one short. Oh, let me just see what Kissy Cat said. Took my dog to the vet Tuesday, and she's 10 pounds overweight. Too many treats. Yeah, so Casino Lady Slots, Patty, it's so easy, right? Because you think you may be doing the right thing. You're giving them a treat to try to keep them happy, but it's hard to say no to them. But at the same time, you got to be mindful of their health, and so it's trying to find that balance. But I hear you. Sometimes like I'll look at like how many treats I gave Calvin. And I'm like, oh man, I got to slow that down. But like I said, it's so hard to say no to them. But anyways, thank you guys so much for coming in. We are going to cut the live. Like I said, I do got to start packing. It's 7 o'clock here, and I haven't even taken my suitcase out. So appreciate all your support. Most likely we'll go live when I get back. So, probably sometime late next week or maybe into the weekend. I'll get a couple of community posts out there. I may film a couple of shorts tonight, and then I'll post them while I'm in San Diego just to have some content on the channel. But yeah, we'll talk to you guys real soon. So have a good night, everybody. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.